The Real World, Chapter 4. The Extreme World, Second Island of Edem, 2020. I wake up. There's a loud knock at the door and my head is pounding. Now I know what is going on. Someone is outside my house and they have ruined a good dream. A dream that felt so real. I dream of Yeliana most nights, but I usually never dream of memories, unless it's the one I had earlier. Why couldn't they knock on my door during that nightmare? I let the knocking continue. Not that I would answer it usually. I'm not very keen on having visitors, especially lately. I consider who could be bothering me right now. It can't be RT. He's too smart for this. He knows I'm not alive until the afternoon. The knocking doesn't stop. The incessant pounding is too much. Finally, I roll off the chair. As I do, 4 liquor bottles roll off with me, and we all fall to the ground. I say we like the liquor bottles are people because they are my friends. They're my best friends, right now anyway. Besides RT, of course. 1 of vodka, 2 of rum, and 1 of absinthe. These guys are very well known for their high alcohol content. But it doesn't mean much to me. I can only get a short buzz from drinking all of them at once. I don't understand all of the science behind it, but Doc says my metabolism is just too fast, ever since I gained my abilities. It has something to do with the fact that I don't get sick anymore, and my wounds heal almost as fast as they appear. Dr. Casey, or Doc, is our last surviving doctor. We used to have several more, most of whom were specialists. Doc was trained to be a general practicing physician, but now he has to be a specialist for all of us. I reach up and grab hold of the coffee table, barely managing to pull myself up. I must have challenged my limits last night. I don't feel so good. As I look around the room, the evidence is mounting. Scattered around are other empty liquor bottles. The knocking repeats. "Jayden, open up," yells an intrusive voice. Who is that? I press a button on the side panel, and the door slides open. The sunlight bursts into the room and onto my face. "It has a buzzer," I say as I squint my eyes, looking at the barrel-shaped man who has disturbed my slumber. I can barely believe it. It is RT after all. This better be important. "It's broken," he says, pointing to the control panel on the outside. I peer around the corner to get a good look at it. "Oh yeah," I respond, still half asleep. "Can I come in?" he asks. "There's something you need to see." He holds up his forearm and taps on his manica, which is a piece of armor housed with a computer and a few weapons. Everyone on the island has 2 manica, 1 on each forearm. There's a screen on the palm side that can be used to contact others and access information. On the top, there is a plasma blaster, laser cutter, and a launcher for tranquilizers. Also located on the top is the symbol of Edem's flag. The flag has the outline of a medieval shield, and on the shield is the head of a dragon. This is the Lancaster family crest, my family crest. RT, along with his mentor, Dr. Barnes, developed the manica as well as many other technological advances. Some of them have come about as a result of studying ministry tech. Others have come straight from their own minds. In the last year since the attack, RT has been incredibly busy studying and designing, and he's been keeping the rest of us productive with mining and building. It's not so bad though. I do most of the mining myself. It's actually pretty easy now that I can generate and manipulate fire. A jet stream of flame tends to cut through the rock with ease. We have other superhumans to lend their assistance as well. There used to be a lot more, but we lost most of our people in that last battle, including Dr. Barnes. Now RT is the main guy, and I am his assistant. Except I'm not always a very good one. "Yeah, sure, come on in." I hate to think of what this could be about, but I figure that it must be important. RT is not one to disturb me unless he has something significant to share. He walks quickly through the open doorway as soon as I make the invitation. I'm a little irritated by the disruption, but I am curious to see what RT is so excited about. Part of me doubts that I will be as enthusiastic as he is once his purpose is revealed. Maybe it's an upgrade to his weather control system, Tahwiri, although I would be surprised to see what new things it can do considering what it already does for us. Tahwiri took our current island home of Edem from a rainy, stormy wasteland to a sunny paradise. Our first island had very favorable living conditions. However, it pales in comparison to what we have on this one with Tahwiri. Based on his demeanor, though, it seems more likely to be bad news than good. He appears to be excited, but I think he is more anxious excited than happy excited. Sometimes it's hard to tell. RT's facial expressions are often subdued by his many analytical thoughts. Maybe there's an issue with Tahwiri or the cloaking and shielding system. Go ahead and put it on the projector, I say, as I notice that he is already setting it up. He nearly trips on one of the bottles strewn across the carpet. He glances down and picks it up. He gazes from the bottle to me and pauses for a moment. He looks as though he wants to say something, but decides not to. Maybe he's not sure what to say. I know I have that problem most of the time. I look at him for a moment. What? I ask. Do you want to kill yourself? He asks, gesturing to the numerous bottles lying on the floor. I turn and walk away from the living room into the kitchen. You saw the results from Doc's tests, I reply in an effort to put him at ease. You know as well as I do that I can't kill myself, at least not with alcohol. I pull down a large glass from the cupboard and fill it with water from the fridge. I didn't ask you if you're trying to kill yourself. I asked you if you wanted to. He's serious and won't stop until he gets an answer. I gaze from side to side and let out a deep breath. Sometimes, yeah, I reply. I'm not about to, though, so you don't have to worry. My words seem to assuage him for now. An alarm goes off, but it's not on my manica. The sound is aggravating, to say the least. I rush to the counter and reach for the alarm, but it rolls away. RT designed it to move so that sleepy people have to get up in order to turn it off. After 2 attempts, I aim my palm at the machine and send a burst of flame scorching it into ash. Someone's a little on edge, RT says, looking at the charred remains of his invention. Sorry, I reply as I take a few breaths and slowly ease myself out of fight or flight mode. It's okay, he says. Are you ready to see this? I hold up a finger as I walk to the window and drink my entire glass of water. The hydration completely reinvigorates my body. It's as if I never had a drop of alcohol. I'm not really sure, I reply. Let me get something else to drink first. He shoots me a look. Not alcohol, I assure him. Just something with a taste. I walk back to the fridge and open it, looking for something besides the green juice the doc has been recommending for far too long. Even though my body heals faster than anyone's on the island, he still insists that I take care of it. Sometimes I listen to his advice, but today I just don't care. Here we go. There are a few bottles of RT's homemade sodas. Black cherry, the sweet nectar of the gods. You want a drink? Don't worry, it's just soda, I say as if he's not too preoccupied with whatever he's about to show me. Huh? Oh yeah, sure. I'll take whatever. Something is different in the tone of his voice. Even though he is still enthusiastic, he seems a little more concerned than usual. I think he's worried about how I'm going to receive the news that he is about to deliver. I walk over and toss him one of the bottles. He catches it smoothly, like a professional athlete, which in a different world he easily could have been. He has the build of a lineman from the NFL, or at least from what I can tell based on the few pictures of players that I've seen. Wilbur Henry was one of my great-great-grandpa Theodore Lancaster Sr.'s favorite players. He has a picture of the two of them standing next to each other. And although my great-great-grandpa was not a small guy, Wilbur Henry has about 50 pounds on him. It pretty much looks like RT and I standing next to each other. RT is also only an inch taller than me, but he never lets me forget it. All right, what do we got? I say as I sit down on the couch, ready to learn. His hand is hovering above his manica, ready to activate the projector. You're not going to like this, Jayden, he replies, grimly. There is still no image, so I turn to look at him. He's examining my temperament. Oh no. I have a feeling that this is going to be very bad news. Go ahead, I tell him. He presses the button on his manica, and the image projects onto the screen. It's a huge map with our island at the very center. He points to a small red blip on the screen that is a few inches away from one of the southern outposts. One of the outposts has detected an incoming submarine. He continues, cautiously. It's too late. This can't be happening again. We've taken every necessary precaution. A flash goes off in my mind's eye, and I see a similar screen with a similar red blip. I catch my chest rapidly moving up and down. It's moving on a steady course. RT keeps talking, but I can hardly hear him. At its current speed, it's about 2 days out. My throat tightens up, and I can barely breathe as another flash occurs. I see Ileana hovering in the sky. Someone knows that we're here.